If you're trying to learn SEO right now, you've probably found yourself a little bit overwhelmed at times because there's thousands of videos out there and hundreds of experts that you can learn from. And here's the problem. Most people who are trying to learn SEO don't fail because they're not smart. They fail because they're learning from the wrong sources and often in the wrong order. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 best SEO learning platforms that I like, whether you're a complete beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And I'm not just listing out tools, I'm telling you which tool is best for which person, how to use them, and how to combine them into a real learning path. That way you don't waste 6 months bouncing around between random tutorials. And if we haven't met before, hi, my name is JD, and I've been doing SEO for B2B software companies for the last 8 years, where I've had the opportunity to help businesses grow their revenue and their web presence. I built my career working at both in-house companies and at agencies, so if you end up liking this video, go ahead and hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'd love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. So without further ado, let's get into it. Before we talk about tactics, tools, or hacks, let's talk about the fundamentals of search. At its core, search is pretty simple. A user has an issue or a problem that they're trying to solve. They go over to Google and their favorite search engine, and then it's the search engine's job or Google's job to return the best possible answer as quickly as possible. That's it. That's basically SEO. Search engines like Google are basically massive sorting machines where they're crawling the internet and indexing billions of pages, ranking all of these pages, and then they're making the determination what they think will solve a user's question as quickly as possible. So if you understand that, you understand the fundamentals of search engine optimization. SEO is not about just tricking Google, it's about aligning with what Google is already trying to do, which is provide the best answer in the shortest amount of time. Now let's talk about the definition of SEO. SEO, or search engine optimization, at its core is setting up your website or brand profile so that it is easily found by search engines and by extension by users. SEO stands for search engine optimization, but the real definition or the process is making your content the best answer for a user's search query. And this is done not by stuffing keywords, not by gaming the Google algorithm, and it's definitely not buying low quality backlinks. It's about creating web pages that are relevant. They are quality web pages. They provide a clear answer for your user's question. That way, when someone searches what is the best protein for fat loss, how to start a YouTube channel, or let's say, what is the salary of a given position, Google scans and indexes all of these different pages, and hopefully your page answers these questions the best. Which one satisfies the intent? Which one is most trustworthy? And if you check all of these boxes, what will end up happening is you'll align with what Google is trying to do, which is provide the best answer in the shortest amount of time. Now let's understand search intent. This is where some beginners can get messed up. They think about ranking entire websites or ranking for an individual keyword. And instead of thinking about ranking for individual keywords, we want to think about what is the intent or the purpose of the search that we're trying to solve. So for example, search intent answers the question. You're building web pages that answer very specific questions. Now, when a user types something into Google, each keyword has a hidden meaning behind it or hidden search intent behind it. So for example, informational intent. They are looking to learn something. An example would be how to start weightlifting. Because they're asking how to start weightlifting, you can probably expect someone is looking for information on how they can get weightlifting advice, usually through a blog or a YouTube video. This implies that they're not in the buying stage, they're in the researching stage. Now let's talk about navigational intent, another type of intent. They're trying to get somewhere. Example, Ahrefs login or MyFitnessPal login. They already know the brand that they're looking for and they are trying to get to that website. Now, a third intent is transactional intent. This is where all of the revenue lives. They want to buy something. Example, at-home gym equipment. This might entail that they are looking for a very specific product. Lastly, we have commercial investigation. They're comparing before they're buying. An example being best SEO tools for beginners. This might entail that they are in that final stages where they have an idea of what search tools they might be looking for, but they want to make some comparisons. And this is where a lot of affiliate marketers like to do comparison blogs so that they can provide this information and then potentially make an affiliate commission. Now, building off search intent, what you can do is you can use Google's top 10 to unlock the search intent behind the keyword. So here's a cheat code. You don't have to guess intent. Google's already telling you the answers to the test. Let's say you type in your keyword into Google, look at the top 10 results and ask, what is in the search results right now? Is it blog posts? Is it a mix of product pages? Is it YouTube videos that are informational in nature? Is it list articles that are comparing a bunch of things? Are you getting a bunch of product pages or individual tools that you can use? By looking at what is in Google's search result, they're telling you what the user is already looking for. So because Google is literally showing you what they believe or what they know the intent is behind the query, if you were to do a search and you're scanning through the search and you see 8 out of the 10 results are list articles, let's say top 10 lists, guess what? You should probably do a list and look at what those other lists are doing well, replicate it, and make it a little bit better. If they're all beginner guides, then you're probably going to create a beginner guide. If they're all product pages, then you know it's a product page search intent or more bottom of the funnel. The SERP is essentially the blueprint. And instead of asking, what do I want to write? What you'll do is you'll look at Google, what should I write for this particular keyword? This way you stop guessing and you can really master search intent by looking at what Google is saying a keyword means. So now that we've talked about the basics of search and SEO, and we have an understanding about search intent a little bit more, let's get into our list. So my favorite platform to learn from is Ahrefs. And I think that this is the best overall SEO learning content because they have a YouTube channel, but they also have great courses on their site. And what I think they do something pretty special. They make SEO feel simple without dumbing it down. And I think that Ahrefs is really good for learning keyword research, learning how to build good content strategy, link building, and building SEO systems that scale. Even if you don't use their tool, they have a lot of free content both on their website and their YouTube channel. So here's how you can get started. If you're a beginner, go to their YouTube channel and watch Keyword Research Basics, SEO for Beginners, and How to Rank Content. If you're intermediate, you can go deeper into content audits, topic clustering, and their link building frameworks. And like I've mentioned a couple times, they have a lot of great courses that I'd recommend on ahrefs.com, as well as you can take a look at their YouTube videos. One key takeaway is Ahrefs teaches you how to stop thinking in just keywords and start thinking about the user, what they're looking for, and it will help you understand topics, search intent, and content depth. The next platform that we have to talk about is SEMrush Academy, and this is the best structured learning path. SEMrush Academy is really great because when you learn from SEMrush, you're not just learning a random collection of videos. It's structured like an actual course platform. So you can start by taking beginner SEO fundamentals, technical SEO, keyword research, competitive analysis, and even SEO reporting. Why that matters is when you're learning SEO, the biggest issue isn't motivation. At least not typically. It's not knowing what to learn next. So SEMrush Academy really solves this. And who it's best for, if you learn best with modules and structured, organized content, most people do, this is going to be really good for you. There's built-in quizzes, step-by-step progress, and what you can do with this is I would start with SEO fundamentals and then do the keyword research, learn site audits, and then competitor analysis. And here's one key takeaway for you. This is one of the fastest ways to go from SEO beginner to someone who can actually talk about SEO in a job interview without panicking. Now, Ahrefs and SEMrush are amazing. If you want a resource that teaches SEO fundamentals in a super beginner-friendly way, the next one is basically a classic. Next, let's talk about an OG in the SEO space, and that is Moz. Moz has lost some of its popularity in recent years, but what I'd say Moz is really good at is it's best for teaching the SEO fundamentals, and it does this in a very beginner-friendly way. So Moz is great for understanding how search engines work, understanding and learning on-page SEO, learning link building, and learning the language of SEO. Here's what you can do with this. Go to moz.com and take their Moz Beginner Guide to SEO. It's one of the few resources where you can read it start to finish and feel like you actually understand the whole landscape in one sitting. One takeaway for you. Moz helps you build your foundation so you don't become one of those people who knows random tactics but doesn't understand what they're doing. Now, let's talk about something a little bit less exciting but still really important. Because SEO is one of those industries where people confidently teach things that Google literally says not to do. If you want to learn from the official source, which is Google Search Central, I have this one at number 4 because while it is a little bit dry, it is the best platform to get the unadulterated truth from Google on what to do for SEO. This is their official documentation. Now, it is not the most entertaining, but it is the closest thing that you can get to the official source. This is where you're going to go for information on crawling and indexing, technical SEO, structured data, and guidance on what Google considers spam or unhelpful content. Now, let's talk about who it's best for. This is perfect if you're dealing with a technical issue and you're looking for a very direct, or sometimes Google's not always the most direct, but you're looking for a very specific answer to your technical problem. Let's say you're working with developers and you need official documentation, trying to fix indexing problems, or you're just tired of SEO myths, and so you want to compare the SEO myths that you've heard with Google's official documentation. Now, what to do with this information? Honestly, I wouldn't recommend trying to read everything. I'd recommend using Google Search Central or their official documentation as like a spot check. Let's say you're learning on some of the other platforms and you have a question, you can compare that question to Google's official stance. Or if you're on LinkedIn and you see someone is implementing an SEO tactic and it sounds more of a theory, you can always verify their tactic with Google's official documentation. Anytime you hear a bold SEO claim, just Google Search Central plus topic. And one takeaway from this is Google Search Central won't teach you how to do growth hacks, but what it will help you do is save you from doing dumb stuff that can really wreck your site. The 5th learning platform that I'd highly recommend you learn from is Backlinko. Backlinko is best for clear, tactical SEO. Backlinko was created by Brian Dean and recently sold in 2022 to SEMrush, but one thing that Brian Dean was really good at is breaking down really complex SEO tactics and putting them in a step-by-step process for people to understand and then implement them onto their own sites. And he'd always come out with these really great guides on how to do something and would provide the data on the new tactic that he had come up with. So learning from Backlinko is best for learning on-page SEO, how to do content structure, link building strategies, and ranking how-to content. Now, let's talk about who it's best for. This is best if you really enjoy learning from frameworks and checklists and step-by-step walkthroughs, because they have a lot of guides that tell you exactly how to do something, and you can apply these changes to your site, and you can do it in small kind of like test cases to see if the tactic works for you. If you're trying to rank a blog post, I'd recommend reading his on-page SEO guide, his link building guide, and his keyword research guide. And then from there, you can apply it to, let's say 1, maybe 10. Don't apply it to your entire site, but start small, test the results, and then you can go from there. So here's one takeaway. Backlinko teaches you how to create content that's engineered to rank and not just content that sounds good. All right, and that was my 5 best learning platforms. If you like this video, hit the like button. I'd love to hear your comments and read your comments in the comment section down below. And until then, see you in the next one.